Hi, welcome to Road Bike Culture. I'm your host, Kevin Isley. Today we're going up East Peak. East Peak, highest point in Marin County. It's a ride I do a lot. I really like this ride, and it's something that helps me train for bigger climbs down the road. And this is a really epic Northern California ride. This is a 43-mile bike ride from the Golden Gate Bridge. And like you do a lot of bike rides from here, you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, you go into Sausalito, you go to the bike path, you head into Mill Valley. Once in downtown Mill Valley, you're gonna head to Marion Way. And when you turn onto Marion Way, you begin the Strava segment, Mill Valley to East Peak. This is an 11-mile climb with an average 4% gradient, but don't let that fool you, because from Marion Way to Four Corners is 2 miles and it averages 6%, but there's a lot of 12s happening here too. That means when you're on this climb, there's gonna be a lot of relief, and the relief comes at the right times, and it's gonna give you a little chance to recover your breath and get your legs a little rested, plus build up a little speed before you start climbing again at around 11%. Mount Tam was named by the coastal Miwok tribe that inhabited the area, and it literally means West Mountain. The Miwoks believe that sitting on top of East Peak was a witch, and so they dare never go to the top. This later turned out to be not true. They just told that to the recent settlers so they wouldn't go up there and they could keep it a very pristine place for their religion. In 1896, the Mill Valley Mount Tam Railroad was built, and it was built as the crookedest railroad in the world. And the railroad would take you to Mountaintop Tavern, where there was elegant dining, a dance hall. There was a post office up here that you could send postcards to people saying, "Hi, I'm on top of Mount Tam." This was a very amazing place in the 1800s. And in 1902, they introduced the gravity car. The gravity car was towed up by one of the steam engines as it made its passage to the top, and then it would coast all the way down. And there was somebody driving the car called a gravity man, and he had the brakes and it would just go down to the bottom. This way they could make more runs up and down with more people. Plus, people really liked riding on the gravity car because I think it just went a lot faster and it was more of a thrill. But in 1930, the railway was over because a fire wiped it out, and they didn't rebuild it because now there were roads going to the top and the automobile was taking over. Nobody wanted to ride on a railroad anymore. The road to East Peak is littered with all of these other amazing rides. When you get to Four Corners, you know that down below there is Muir Woods. Check out my other video. I'm gonna link it below. Then you go up to the ranger station. You just keep going up and over, you're gonna end up in Stinson Beach. But for East Peak, you're gonna turn right and head up. You're gonna enter another parking lot. At that parking lot, if you turn left, you're gonna do the Seven Sisters. But if you just keep going to the right, you're gonna go up to East Peak. And East Peak is amazing. The first thing you're gonna notice is West Peak. West Peak is actually the highest point of Mount Tam, and it's the highest point of a paved road on Mount Tam. As you go up, you're then gonna do a really big descent. And this descent comes at a good time. You're gonna be able to relax your legs and have a really wonderful wavy descent. But if you stop at the peak, you're gonna get some beautiful shots of San Francisco. Once you do the descent, you're gonna go up again for a little while, and then you're gonna do another descent. And after that descent, you're gonna make a sharp right-hand turn, and then you're gonna go up the hardest 100 yards you've ever been on. This 100 yards is 18.9%, and it doesn't let up. You dig hard. It is a difficult ride. It is what makes this 11-mile descent beautiful and difficult, and when you get to the top, you really feel like you earn that view. The top of Mount Tam is epic. Everybody does this ride who lives here. If you're coming here and you want to do the most epic view ride that we have, it is East Peak. It is astonishing. It is incredible. And if you're coming from a place that doesn't have big mountains, you are going to be blown away. And if you're coming from a place that has big mountains but no ocean, you're gonna get even more blown away, because the bay, the ocean, you can see it all. Pacific, the San Francisco Bay, the city of San Francisco, you can see Oakland and Mount Diablo on a clear day. You can see the Farallones and Point Reyes. This is an epic place in cycling. After you've rested at the top of East Peak and you've gotten your Instagram moments, you've taken the beautiful pictures, you've relaxed, and you realize, wow, if I had somebody special, this was romantic, you get to go down the descent. But remember, after West Peak, you had that big, pretty steep descent? Yeah, you gotta climb it again. And this is just almost punishing. But after that, it is a big 9-mile descent that is absolutely incredible. It cannot be matched. You will go around one corner and it's nothing but the Pacific. You'll go around another hairpin corner and it's nothing but big redwood trees. It is just so beautiful out here. If you think this 11-mile climb isn't quite hard enough for you and you've got the one ride to do while you're here, you can go up to 4 corners, turn left, head down to Highway 1, go through Muir Woods, and you begin that climb from Muir Woods up to East Peak. And starting from the Golden Gate Bridge, that's going to make it a 50-mile bike ride with 5,500 vertical feet of climbing and beautiful climbing. This is actually my favorite way to do East Peak, is through Muir Woods, because there is nothing more epic out here than that. Well, I think that just about covers it. Mount Tamalpais is East Peak, the highest point in Marin County. And if you want to do it even harder, you go through Muir Woods and it's even more beautiful and epic. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm everywhere, people. And until the next time, I hope to see you out there on the road.